I'm glad that several speakers, including my colleagues, especially from Malaysia, Japan, and Norway, highlighted the cooperative mechanism on the safety of navigation and environment protection in the Straits of Malacca and Singapore. In fact, this was established over 20 years ago in 2007, and I will confess that these are conversations which I've had both with my counterparts in Iran, and I'm glad to say that with the strong support also of our Foreign Minister from Oman, who is here despite being a littoral state to a hot zone. So we're very grateful to Sidebar for being here. So let me end by saying we need to strengthen our collective resilience in the maritime domain, because there is still no substitute for logistics through the maritime domain. It is still the most energy efficient way of transporting energy, bulk cargo, and containers, more efficient than railways. And for those of us, especially in Southeast Asia, these are arteries that conduct our lifeblood. So let me again thank all of you for being here, and thank you all especially for signing on to the TAC, the principles which will put us in good stead in the next 50 years. Thank you very much.
Our discussion centered on how the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia, or TAC, can help us respond to emerging threats and challenges. Now let me highlight 2 points. First, the enduring relevance of the TAC principles. The regional and global landscape has indeed changed since the TAC was born 50 years ago, and the challenges we face have also evolved. We agreed that TAC is a living document. Its values and guiding principle remain as relevant as ever. These principles include peaceful coexistence, peaceful resolution of conflict, mutual trust, confidence, inclusivity, dialogue, and most of all, effective cooperation. These principles, together with the regional architecture that ASEAN has developed, continue to serve an important purpose. They enable ASEAN to convene partners, promote dialogue, build confidence, and manage differences peacefully. But we must also ensure that they contribute to collective action in addressing emerging challenges, supply chain disruption caused by blockade of key maritime choke points, and we know where these choke points are, and impacting upon global energy and food security, and climate change-related disaster, pandemics, health security, which affect social fabrics of our country. Participants identify several practical means to strengthen our cooperation. This includes capacity building, information sharing, exchange of expertise and best practices, as well as closer cooperation among law enforcement agencies. Such cooperation could be advanced through ASEAN-led mechanisms, including the East Asia Summit, the ASEAN Regional Forum, and the ADMM+. And of course, it could also be pursued through ASEAN formal partnerships and through project-based cooperation among interested high contracting parties of the TAC.
At the global level, ASEAN has put forward an ASEAN-sponsored United Nations General Assembly resolution commemorating the 50th anniversary of the treaty for consideration during the 80th session of the UNGA. Through this initiative, ASEAN seeks to bring the values embodied in the treaty to a wider international audience, more than 62 high contracting parties that we have today, and reaffirm the importance of dialogue, mutual respect, peaceful settlement of disputes, and effective cooperation in an increasingly complex global environment. Finally, the ASEAN Chair statement of today's commemorative activity reflects the new high contracting parties that acceded this morning and captures the rich and forward-looking discussions held throughout this afternoon, including the valuable exchanges during the 3 thematic breakout sessions. It reflects our shared aspiration to further reinvigorate the treaty as a platform for dialogue, confidence building, and practical cooperation. These outcome documents demonstrate that 50 years since the signing of the TAC, the treaty continues to evolve, cognizant of the evolving global dynamics, and at the same time true to the vision upon which it was delivered. They reaffirm that the TAC is not only a legacy of ASEAN's founding fathers, but also a dynamic framework through which ASEAN and its high contracting parties can continue advancing peace, stability, and rules-based cooperation. Our conversations on conflict prevention and preventive diplomacy, maritime cooperation and security, and addressing the emerging threats and challenges have reaffirmed that amidst intensifying strategic competition, geopolitical rivalries, and an increasingly complex global landscape, dialogue remains indispensable and cooperation remains possible.